I'm a senior level sales, marketing, and operations executive who has had extensive success in sales and growth for a number of different industries. I'm looking for a new opportunity to put my skills to work for another growth-oriented company. The greatest value I bring to an organization is that I'm not an industry-specific individual. I've worked in a number of different industries. One thing that is consistent, every company I've worked at, I've generated sales and I've provided growth at every one. In the sports products, I generated sales growth of over 30% each year, compounded for 3 years straight with new product introductions. In the insurance industry, I generated increases of over 62% in inquiries the first month after the launch of our marketing and branding campaign. And finally, in the healthcare industry, I generated $16 million in new business my first year as the Senior Vice President of Growth and Strategic Development. Well, the most challenging part is getting to know what motivates the people that report to you. Understand what gets them excited, what gets them wanting to work. It's not the same for every person. You can't manage one person the same way you manage the other person. But once you understand what motivates them and you can work with that, you can help them achieve some incredible things. You know, one thing that is consistent is I think every employee should be accountable to the specific expectations of them. Make them accountable, make sure they understand what's expected of them, help them to achieve those numbers. Because then you get to the most rewarding part, is that when you're managing people and they achieve their objectives and they say, you know what, working for you has made me a better individual. That's rewarding. Whether it's my superior or my peer or the people that report to me, I use a team approach. I like open communication. I like people being able to challenge each other. You know, I have people that reported to me that I've said, okay, here's our plan, here's our direction. I want those people, if they feel that I'm making a mistake, I want them to be able to tell me and tell me why. Because sometimes I have avoided some big potential mistakes by listening to my employees. I think superiors and peers could do the same thing. Once you have everybody working in the same direction with the same vision, you can accomplish remarkable things. If you talk to all of my previous bosses, they would probably all agree on one thing. I am extremely strategic in the approach that I take with the company. I like to write a business plan. I like to be specific, measurable, accountable, time-bound. I like everybody to understand what the plan is, share the plan with everybody so that we're all rowing the boat in the same direction, and everybody knows what's expected of me. Very strategic. My weakness is actually my passion. I'm not very patient. And sometimes in business you have to be patient. You could say it's a strength, but you could also say it's a weakness. I'm working on it all the time. Best thing is get everybody on board with you in the beginning. You know, when I join an organization, I go through a process. I call it the 30, 60, 90-day plan. For the first 30 days, I'm not allowed to make decisions. In fact, I'm not even allowed to ask questions. I am forced to listen for 30 days. I talk to everybody in the organization. I spend time with them. I listen, listen, listen. The second 30 days, I can start to ask a couple questions. Why do we do that? Have we ever tried this? But by the 90-day period, in that last 30 days of the 90-day period, that's the opportunity to start putting some ideas to paper, to start getting some ideas a little bit more concrete. But too many people come in and they scare people. They want to make change right away. I bring people along in the process. That way I've got finance, operations, production, everyone working with me on that change and agreeing with the change because we all came up with it together. Finally, the hardest thing and the greatest thing I think I do is I've been in a number of different industries. I have fresh eyes in every company that I come into, and I can recognize sacred cows that need to be challenged. And sometimes companies are, well, we've done it that way, we've tried that before, that's not the way we operate. Those are sacred cows. And sometimes it can even be the basic product line itself that's a sacred cow that's hurting the company. You've got to be able to challenge those and create new opportunities.